the process of building a business and creating, something out of nothing, right, is really an engineering process, to a degree, not an actual engineering process, right? It's a little bit different, but it's a creative / engineering process. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. You got to put things in sequence, put certain importance on certain things, and drive the energy of what you're actually doing in a certain way so that people can get value. At the end of the day, it's all about delivering value. So when me and Mike talk about it, it's weird to talk about you in like the third person.
I know.
When we're just sitting here.
We're just right across from each other.
There's only 2 people in this room. But anyways, like when we talk about it from a value perspective. Like, okay, like how is that? How can we show someone how to create, a YouTube channel that's going to blow up, that's going to bring them subs, that's going to bring them people that want to go to a group, that wants to go to become a client and wants to get on a phone call, like all that stuff, you know what I mean? And that's how we're thinking. That's how you have to be thinking, you know what I mean? The listener, you have to be thinking about when you're growing, something for your business, because other than that, you're kind of just, you've got a hobby otherwise.
100%. And I love this because in our podcast, and what we always expected this since day one, is to be fully transparent. And we want people to follow our journey. So although, yes, some episodes will sprinkle a little bit of our success of what we did in the past, and it's easy to talk in retrospect of like, oh, I did this and now I made this.
Oh, yeah.
But like for you to now be on the ground level of something that we're starting off and like learn and understand like what we're currently going through, I think is so eye-opening and people would love to hear. And that's what I want to share. So like, even if we're like, even talking on a tactical basis and we're talking about this podcast, like our highest top of mind, number one motive right now is to get as much of an audience as we can onto our show.
Absolutely.
So for a lot of people who are creating their first coaching program or their first like personal brand, that should be your main priority. Mm-hmm. A lot of people want to focus on like, oh, what should my first product be? Or like, what should, what should I invest in? What are all these different tools in? Or like, what's the business card I should work on right now? And things like that. But no, me and Ben right now, our highest top of mind is how do we reach as many people as we can as possible, and then create that audience where we can either move them into our private Facebook group, which is, subscribers to clients, and then, reach out as many top of funnel with our YouTube to deliver content, and our podcast. Mm-hmm. Podcasting is very new territory for us.
Yes. Yeah.
100% new territory for us.
Right. Everything else that you mentioned, like, is like spot on. And then, when you mention the podcasting aspect, like, yeah, like anyone that's watching this episode, like go back to episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all of it. This is new. Like we just got these microphones, like,
straight out the box. Like
when we set it up the first day, like we joked about how long it took us, but like this is new territory. This is new stuff. And it's almost like, sort of like people can follow along, like on almost like it's
almost going to be like a journaling. Like this is like, if anybody wants to see how we started a business from scratch,
right?
Start from episode 1 and follow us through.
Yeah. Right, exactly. I love that, because you can, like, you just go from episode 1 and on, and you're going to be seeing exactly what we're doing,
right,
while you do what you do. Mm-hmm. And hopefully we can help you do what you do, right? That's our mission. Our mission is to help as many people as possible, through subscribers to clients, get to the point where they're like, okay, I'm building a business, I'm building a brand, I'm building something, right? It's got nothing to do with recruitment and e-commerce or whatever. Maybe that's your thing, but it's not at all. That does not matter, like, for anyone wondering. But we're looking at 1,000 different niches, you know what I mean? And how someone can create a business out of that. And I like what you said earlier, it's easy to talk in retrospect about successes, right? Like, how easy is it to bring back the days of like, oh man, that one big paycheck, you know, or now even you, right? The next time you mention that B2B deal you just made, I'm gonna be like, Mike, you already told me about that, man.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, but you know, here's the thing with it though. What's funny, because you mentioned that, is I'm gonna quote Jeff Bezos. It's always day one.
Oh yes.
Right?
100%.
It's always day
Yes.
one.